It's been a long day. A long day. So we were gonna have something else, and now we're having. Thank you. Did you make them special for us?
Hope you enjoy it. I made your favorite.
I made a little dessert tonight, and I didn't realize somebody had stolen them off the table. They're still warm, so I had them on a trivet. You're welcome to come back for some.
I already had them all.
So anyway, hi guys. So we made a fresh pull-apart garlic bread. Organic chicken breast, broccoli, brownies. That was Meg's suggestion. And we got our soda water. I think I need to turn the lights down behind us. It's so dark. You can turn those off behind me, maybe.
No, it was just blinding me. Oh yeah, turn those off, yeah.
It's still so bright.
Make sure the comments are on.
Okay, I think we're all situated now.
Whatever. It's too bright.
You think?
For my eyeballs, I mean.
Oh.
Can't see when.
Maybe you should get your sunglasses. So, we thought we were going to do a quick errand, run up to Trader Joe's and back real quick, and it turned into a long day. So off we go. And next door to Trader Joe's is Duluth Trading, and we were going there to pick up a wallet for my son, but they don't make the wallet that he wanted anymore anyway. But so we get out of the car, and Meg thought that something sounded a little funny when she turned it off. Funny wasn't the word. After shopping at Trader Joe's and getting frozen stuff, and of course it's really, we had a warm day, but fortunately it wasn't a scorcher like we have coming. Frozen food and all, and the car won't start. It just didn't want to hear anything about starting. We tried everything. Meg was persistent, and we're reading, you know, the little thing that comes up and tells you try this or do that. Anyway, thank you AAA. It took about an hour. And they got us a tow truck driver. And he was really nice. It seemed to take him longer than I've ever had anybody hook up a car to tow it, but I guess he was just making sure everything was good. But then he said, with COVID, they're not supposed to let, you know, anybody ride in the cab of the tow truck. Well, that wasn't going to work so well for us because we're like 45 minutes away from home. So then he said, well, you know, maybe one person. Well, that wasn't helping at all. So Meg's looking to see if there's any buses that run nearby or whatever. Finally, he heard us and thought we were awfully nice. And we had our COVID cards with us and everything. And finally he came over and says, you know, all right, I'll let you guys go in the cab. Thank goodness. It would have made for an even longer day.
He said he liked us, and that's why.
He did. He said, I like you guys. He didn't seem that old. But he was dating someone that had grandchildren, but I mean, he himself didn't seem that old. But
You
I
could
guess,
have grandchildren.
yeah, I guess so. But anyway, he was very nice, and So when we got back here, I offered him a couple bottles of water and everything, and a little tip. I don't know if are you supposed to tip those guys anyway?
I don't think it's required.
Yeah. But it's also, I guess, not required that he give us a ride either, so. And it would have cost us a lot more than $10 for the bus or for driving, one of us going and coming back with a car, or an Uber. I bet an Uber would have cost us like $70 at least from there.
Of course, it didn't happen when we were down the street at the gas station
No.
or any of the other stops that we made.
I had to wait until we were a distance away.
And it wasn't like once we turned the car off, because we stopped at the mall.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right.
We
I
drove
forgot.
right up the hills. We drove like 45 minutes or an hour, whatever it was, to the mall.
Oh my God, I forgot all about that. We went to the mall.
Yeah.
And it started right up there.
Yeah. And got back in the car. That's why I was saying it's so weird that it gave no no flags at all
I'm definitely
until
brain
it
dead.
didn't start.
You know why? Because we didn't buy anything at the mall. That must be. I bought that one thing at Target. But there, again, it was like nothing. We looked in a few stores, but there was just nothing to buy.
But yeah, that's what was so weird, because if I had had any inkling on the way up or from the mall that there was anything wrong,
We would have just come
we
right
would have
back.
just headed home.
Yeah. And we've had no trouble with the car. The only thing was the one time that the oil light thing came on. And, excuse me, it must be really sensitive, because it was literally the guy, I went to Napa, and it's a automobile
Unless
place.
it was trying to trigger and say that there was something wrong with the transmission, and it just said that it needed oil when it really didn't, but really there was something wrong with the transmission and stuff, and so that's why
Yeah.
the wrong sensors maybe were coming up or something, you know?
Yep.
I don't know.
I know people used to say it was so easy when they used to buy like the old Volkswagen Beetles. I remember my brother-in-law even said he had one, back in college, and he said, "Man, you could fix that thing with bubble gum." They were so easy to work on. Everything was just. But now,
They just make them so cheap.
and complicated.
Yeah.
Everything, including your tire, has a computer chip.
Sheesh.
Mr. Broccoli.
Yeah.
The guy was super nice though. First he's like, "Well, let's check and make sure that it's not like the battery all of a sudden went, or the terminals." So he was really nice. He went above and beyond. He didn't just come and say, "Okay, let's hook it up and get it out of here."
Right. Yeah, no, he was very nice. And honestly, not that it changes anything, at first I kind of thought he was gay. At first I don't know why, he gave me kind of like a very feminine vibe at
He did.
first. And I think maybe it was just his way of, and I very much appreciate it, trying not to be intimidating to two women
Yeah.
or something. And it just came across to me as like, oh, maybe he's gay, I don't know.
I wasn't thinking gay, but I was thinking he
Totally.
definitely had like
There was-
an effeminate side, like
But then he started talking about his girlfriend, so
yeah,
I was
his,
like, oh.
his girlfriend and his step grandchildren, and
I mean, he could still be bisexual, but it was just,
yeah.
for some reason. I think also too because the work shirt he had on was like a fluorescent color,
Yeah.
and so I think that, I don't know. I guess it's just when you see a kind man with a smile on his face, the only explanation is that he's gay.
Well, he was super, super nice, and went beyond. I mean, I think he probably gets paid by the hour the way he was talking, but
And after talking to him, he probably wouldn't appreciate hearing that was my first impression. When you think about it, because he was a big truck driver guy.
Yeah, he was. He was a big guy. for sure.
Apparently my gaydar is broken.
Yeah, at least today it was. But
It was a rainy day.
Right, but it didn't rain while he was there, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Because we're like, oh, I'd feel terrible if he's out there trying all these things in like the pouring rain. And then he's like, I really appreciate the place that you got stuck in. Because Megan, of all times, she parked.
There was like a front row spot all the way over.
Mm.
And yeah, I took like a corner spot that it was because it was like right up in front of the store.
And the only other spots like near it were handicap spots, but there wasn't any people down that end, I guess, that were handicapped that were shopping. And almost every time when we go to Trader Joe's, we park in the dead middle. It seems like
I guess you guys aren't understanding why we're like, we parked in the perfect little corner of the parking lot. The Trader Joe's parking lot, unless maybe you do relate, because I think most Trader Joe's parking lots are very busy.
Mm.
Ours always is. It's in like kind of like a busy plaza, but it has a very tight parking lot.
Mm.
They pack a lot of spots into a very small area.
And they were exceptionally busy today.
Yeah. And so getting a tow truck in between.
And it wasn't just a tow truck, it was one of those big flatbeds that they have to extend the thing out and under the car. And so, I mean, they need some room to maneuver those. Because even he said, if you were in one of those other spots, I probably would have had to call another tow truck to pull you out so that I could flatbed you out. He did say that. So, so it all worked out. I was getting a little nervous because I was on hold with AAA for quite a while to begin with. They were saying it was really busy. And then they told me you'll get text messages and updates and so forth. When he's coming, he'll be there within an hour.
And then all of a sudden they pulled up.
I got one message as soon as I got off the phone with AAA saying, you know, it's in queue and we'll keep you updated. And all of a sudden, Megan and I were sitting in the car and I said, oh my God, there's a tow truck coming like right up next to the car.
She was like, wait, is this us? And I'm like, wait, there would be no other reason a tow truck would be in this parking lot. Like, so I'm like, help! I'm scrambling to get my shoes on. And
I know, because we were being comfortable because, you couldn't even turn the car on to listen to the radio.
yeah, it had been like a half hour, 45 minutes or so. And so we thought, you know, that we still had at least another 15 minutes. So we're sitting there being relaxed, chilling.
But the good thing is he got us home and our groceries didn't all melt. So that was good. That was all salvageable.
Well, we didn't check the ice cream yet, but
Yeah, but we're hoping.
Tatum wanted to say hi to everybody.
Yeah.
Say hi to everybody. Look at
everybody. Say hi. Show them your sexy ponytails. I love when she has two ponytails.
Can everybody see the...
So anyway, this was dinner. That was our tow truck story. If anybody ever has to get towed, I hope you guys get a guy just like this one because he was super nice. Drove us, 45 minutes out of his way, and not out of his way. I guess he had to bring it where he had to bring it, but
He just had a very, like, sweet, what's the word, demeanor.
yeah.
He just was very, like,
Disarming,
approachable and
yeah.
yeah. And so I was like, huh.
And he said he's been a tow truck driver, what did he say, like 16 years or
Yeah.
something, for
Well,
quite some
and
time.
At first, he actually wasn't going to bring us. Did we say that?
I think. I don't know. Yeah, he wasn't going to bring us because he was saying with COVID, and he said, I've got elderly parents and this and that. And we're like, we understand.
Because on the phone, yeah, no, we said it because we said
Yeah,
how we were.
but
feeling
on the
bad.
phone, when I called, I asked.
Yeah, and they were like, yeah, no, because we would have called one of my brothers or something.
To be en
head
route
up.
to bring us back.
Because with all the time that he took hooking it up and stuff, they would have been there
Yeah.
and followed the truck back.
Right.
But
And the guy on the phone, when you order the tow truck.
but it wasn't until like he just about like had the truck, like he had it hooked up and he still had to just like drive it up,
Yeah.
but he was, just about ready to do that. And he's like, yeah, no, like I can only take one of you.
Yeah.
And we're like, that
And so then Meg's looking up like buses and all kinds of stuff, and we're like, and finally he's
okay,
like,
do I get in the truck and drive, try and get a vehicle here and drive back? And then Yeah, we said this already because I
But,
said how
yeah.
he said he liked us. And
But yeah, he liked us. So the key to this is be really nice to your tow truck driver if you ever have to get towed.
yeah.
And then maybe they'll give you that ride. Oh, and we had masks, and he put a mask on. He didn't have one the whole time until we got in the truck. But
Yeah,
we
he
kept
pulled
him
up,
on.
got in the car, and whatever was hanging out with no mask on, and I had my mask on as soon as he pulled up, and we were like, sorry, I'm not like, I just had a dry throat moment. Anyways, we were like, we both have our vaccination cards, like.
Yeah, I said, I'll show you my card. I got my COVID card.
And
my...
he was like, no, I'm sorry. He was like, the policy now, since like lifted or whatever, is that I can bring one person. And it's up to me
If I even want to bring one.
if I'm comfortable with bringing one or more. He said, I'm not comfortable with it or something like that.
I know,
and,
we're looking at each other
and
like...
we're like, did he just say he's not comfortable with bringing both of us? And I'm like, how do we explain to him, like, if you're bringing one of us, you're breathing the same air that both of us would be.
I know,
live
she's like, we live
together,
together.
Like, we, you know, both work at home. Like, we don't, you know, we're fairly
Yeah.
quarantined together, you know? It's so, and I think he kind of, like, got that. And so that's when he was like, all right, whatever.
Yeah. And I said to him, I said, because, and when he was looking under the hood and stuff, he goes, oh, it's kind of dusty here. I said, yeah, well, we live on a farm. And I said, maybe it started all, like, sinking in, like, I said, you know, we don't really leave the farm that much, you know, and we're vaccinated and everything.
But
so
then on the ride home, we were saying something about, sorry, honey, sorry. We were saying something about being vaccinated and, like how there's like a stigma about being vaccinated. And when referring to vaccinated people, he said we.
Yeah.
And you know, insinuating that he is also vaccinated.
Yeah.
And so, that was nice, because at first I wasn't sure if the vibe was like, oh, I don't care about vaccines or not, like, I just don't want anyone in my car.
Right.
But he was genuinely just trying to take precautions and stuff because
Yeah.
he's vaccinated and
I get the feeling he lives with his parents,
maybe, yeah.
too. And, you know, I get that, and I understand that, and I'm sympathetic to that.
But we are very safe, especially with the spikes of numbers going back up. We've been washing our
Extra.
hands more.
And we've been wearing a mask every place we've been going when we leave.
Yeah, that's why we had masks on us. We wear masks in the store and stuff again.
And they're not all mandated everywhere, but we still do.
Yeah, it's about 50-50 of the people that wear masks around here.
So there you have it. That's our tow truck story for the day.
So we're probably not going to be leaving the farm much again.
Well, the car's getting towed yet again tomorrow into the dealership, and we'll get a loaner car. So
we'll see what we can do with that.
we'll see how we do as loaners.
And let you guys know.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and be nice to your tow truck driver.
Uh-huh.